chairs are not the most comfortable in the world. Please try to find a way to be as comfortable as you can. If grounding yourself by putting your feet on the floor works for you, please do so now. If a different position is one that you tend to meditate in, please enjoy that position at your leisure. My name is Nancy Kelly, and I'm one of the servants and volunteers here at the center and have been for many years. So I feel very honored this morning to be able to sit here with you and hopefully lead you to a place of quiet and peacefulness. We live in a world where our minds are busy all of the time. So taking this brief period of time to allow ourselves to just breathe. For the next few moments, please allow yourself to focus all of the attention you can on just breathing in and breathing out. Notice the difference in the air as you breathe it in through your nose, and allowing your mouth to open, breathe that exhale through, feeling the tension in your lips begin to relax. Breathing in, try counting to number 3 and exhaling to the number 3. If you find that your breath can sustain more than that, allow your breaths to become rhythmic by counting in 1, 2, 3, 4, holding that breath, and then exhaling it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And just allow yourself 2 or 3 repetitions of that. Feeling the oxygen pouring in through your lungs, entering your bloodstream, and cleansing you from the inside out. Our breath is our life. And the more that we're able to focus on regulating that breath, the more relaxed and happy our body can be. Allowing your mind to wander for just a moment, imagine that there is a beautiful white light filling the room. In your mind's eye, see your head chakra opening and that light flowing into your body, filling you from the top down. Feel that energy coursing through your body. And as it comes down from your head, feel your shoulders relax. Let your arms go loose. Filling your chest with one deep breath and exhaling that breath. Allowing that healing, beautiful white light to take and course down through your abdomen into the seat of your being. Feel it pouring down through your legs, over your knees, down through your calves, across the top of your feet, and then down to your heel, anchoring you to the earth itself. Notice if you're holding tension in any other part of your body. Allow yourself to breathe into those places, and as you exhale, allow your entire body to just be. Allowing your mind once again to create a visual picture of a giant heart, the red kind that we see at St. Valentine's Day. Within that heart, imagine yourself being able to write upon it. Focusing your mind, beginning of the top of our day, begin to list the things for which you have gratitude in your life. Begin to write those gratitudes on this heart, knowing that they are yours and only yours, and that no one can take them from you. Recognize that a grateful heart will always be connected to actions of love. Love is the thing. Love is all. And when we allow our heart to guide our mind, we can find peace. Allow yourself a few moments to make that mental list, writing it upon your heart. Taking that list now and manifesting it into your hands. Take your hands and place them on your chest, bringing that list directly into your heart chakra. Owning that list. Knowing that that is Spirit speaking to you in the ultimate cosmic grace. Feel your connectedness, not just to Spirit, but to each and every individual you meet, each and every living sentient being. Feel your oneness with the whole. Allowing your mind to shift once again, begin to think about all of the things that are wonderful and good and unique about yourself. A place we seldom go. Allowing no judgment. Begin to create a mental list of all that you bring to this world. Imagining a prism with the sun shining through it. Knowing that you are much like that prism, part of the whole, but individual in your color, your aura, your sense of being, and the gifts that you are the embodiment of from the One. Know that you and only you can bring those gifts to life. With these inventories in place, allow yourself to feel that white light that grounded you in the beginning begin to emerge from Mother Earth. Feel it coming up through your body, enveloping the entire space around you, holding you safe, strong, and knowing. Allow yourself to know at a deep level the good that you are and the good that you bring. Allowing your hands to open in front of you. Let all of that goodness that is you be released back into the universe. Allowing the energy from the palms of your hands to radiate out and around you, creating an aura of good, an aura of purpose, an aura of discernment. Knowing that although the right thing to do is often a challenge, it is still the right thing to do. making a commitment to yourself to sit with the awesomeness that you are. Promise yourself that in times during this week, when your heart is feeling troubled and your head is feeling busy, that you will allow yourself to feel enveloped by that beautiful golden light, and allow that light to radiate out from you, filling the space around you, claiming your spot in the cosmos, knowing that just by being, you complete the whole. Identify for yourself the wonderful feeling that you have right now. Feel the warmth that is emanating from you. It is often said that our connection to each other is what sustains life. Knowing this, know that hugging one another, transferring that energy, allows the rainbow of life to exist in our world, holding all of the colors, all of the peoples, all of the thoughts, the conflicts, the successes. Know that it is all part of one huge, incredible energy just waiting to manifest good. As you walk through your week, if there are moments of darkness, remember that all one needs to do is turn one's heart to the light and be filled with the good that is naturally ours. Allow the busy mind to come back. Begin to move your fingers and your toes, allowing yourself to know that you come back to this moment in time, a time that you have visited before and will again. Allow yourself to feel the chair beneath your butt, the floor beneath your feet, the breeze across your face from the fans. Listen to the melodious tones that Jackson always gives us. And know that you come back full, able to give, able to be all of the good that you are. Allow yourself a couple of minutes of just being. I hold for us all in this moment of time these to be self-evident truth. The truth is, it's all about love. Our purpose is to be love in this world, not just to give it, but to be it. I release this into the law knowing that we have done well today and that this good will spread far beyond. Knowing this, I join you to confirm it and affirm it for me by stating, and so it is.
lights here so I can see up here. Oh, there I am. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this well-oiled machine called CSL Prescott. I've never had that signed before in my life. Did you just sign what I just said? Can I see well-oiled machine? Oh, yeah. Do we love Bob or what? Shower some love on my brother. We love you, man. Yeah, great having you here, always. I'm Jackson Roush. I'm playing the music today with y'all. I'm trying to figure out this thing, and it does remind me from teaching. I was not good at bossing kids around, and I'm not good at bossing you guys around. I will tell you this, because I'll often be like, sing along, and I am aware that some people are like, okay, and some people are like, I ain't doing that. So I will just say this. I say sing along as a suggestion, like a serving suggestion you see on a cereal box. But what you will find is that when you vocalize words, the power of the song increases exponentially as you add the power of your voice to them. So if the words are something that you are like, I either believe that or want to believe that, I know that or want to know that, I will just suggest to you as a serving suggestion that you try vocalizing out loud the words that you want to internalize that are in the songs. I find it, and that's actually, you know where I learned that? I learned that from Rastafari, word, sound, power. That they put a lot of emphasis on saying stuff out loud. That is like, putting your voice to something is very powerful. So anyway, enough of my yakking. What am I doing up here? I'm just supposed to be playing some tunes. Hey, we have Justin in the control tower, and that's great. Drew and Angela are back, and we're excited for that. And I will just say, I'll just plug Drew real quick. If there's a guitar player in this town that you're like, oh, that guitar player is good, there's a good chance that Drew was the one who taught said guitar player. He's been a rock of the Prescott music community for a long, long time. And we met when we were mere lads. Yeah, I remember when he had short hair, for crying out loud. He was so cute. Anyway, if you want to see him with one of his bands, that being the Cheek Tones, they will be at the Whiskey River Tavern on Saturday night. So if you want to see him in a different milieu, if you will. Bob, do you feel like bossing these people around or what? This is an Eddie Watkins song. With me if you want. Well, I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and as it should. You know what? Can I just say one more thing because I can flap my gums?
Flap them.
That's true.
That's truth.
But this just shows how this thing that we're doing called CSL Principles is not, this is not, and I think of skiing. I used to ski a long time ago. They had the green circle ones. Those were easy. Then there was the blue diamond that were hard, and then the black diamonds were harder, and then like the double black. It's like, this is it.
That's right.
Like, I'm not gonna make it down this one. And so CSL Principles, it's easy to say the words, all is well, and unfolding as it should. It's easy. It's harder to
live it.
Consistently believe it and know it. That's all.
That's all. Well, that's
So we
the
just
truth.
know that this
Church
is
is
a
over.
marathon, not
The
a
center's
sprint.
over. Well, it's funny because we're going to be talking about stuff like that today. But
I love it.
and what is more interesting, really, about that is what makes that true. What makes all is well all the time true is because everything is unfolding for you. It doesn't always feel good. It doesn't mean there's not pain. It doesn't mean you won't like it, but it is always good because the highest, best part of yourself, the shining bliss of awareness, is impartial. It is sitting, shining, and what we use to navigate our everyday life is our personalities, and they are flawed. We're all flawed in that respect. Our personalities incur wounds, and it has opinions, and it can be megalomaniac, all kinds of things happen. So what is wonderful about our teaching here at Centers for Spiritual Living Prescott, and welcome. My name is Reverend Tracy Herrick, and I am the Senior Minister and Spiritual Director. So here at the Centers for Spiritual Living Prescott, we focus on that very thing, all is well, and what makes that true. What makes it true in your life despite what's going on. We help you to understand what thoughts are and then what thinking occurs as a result of the thought. So these two are always in our minds going back and forth, and reality just is. If we could accept what is and lose the opinions of what we think it should be, life would be easier, but then what fun would it be? We wouldn't have a journey to take. We wouldn't have seeking to do. We wouldn't have understanding, because ultimately enlightenment and self-actualization is an understanding. It's not an experience. And we are here to break down those knots for you to have greater understandings of higher teachings and spiritual principles. And in support of that are our practitioners. They offer prayer at the end, but they have a finely tuned ear to that knot. They could tell you where the discordant fact is, and that you are thinking is, as Ernest Holmes said, change your thinking, change your mind. And they are pointing towards your thinking, and that it is not always proper in direct correlation to what is happening. And it is a direct result of our suffering. And so that's what we're all about. That's what we're here for. That's what we are igniting within you, because you are beautiful and perfect and whole, complete, just as you are, just as everything is going on. And, we are just all walking the path to learn how to be better humans in this world of chaos. So welcome. I am deeply humbled at your presence today. I am deeply humbled at the flow of spirit and the beautiful work it's done in my life, and this is why I stepped into ministry, so that I could share that with you. It's not always easy, but it's fun. So here we are, and we're going to have a beautiful Sunday. Excuse me, my mouth is a little dry. We're going to have a beautiful Sunday for you today. We deeply, deeply, deeply respect, appreciate, and love you just as you are. Anyone is welcome to walk through these doors, and we will love you up, maybe teach you something, or help you embody something new about yourself, and send you on your way to share that love with the world, because that's ultimately what the world needs. Make a better world for everybody has got to start with yourself, and we all deserve the opportunity to do that. And I will welcome Nina for the invocation. You want me to do that? That's okay. Yeah, she's going to do the reading. Thank you, Nina. I just want to take a moment right here, right now, to just let out of big breath with me. Releasing all of the energy of anything that happened before this moment, the chaos of the day, the ramblings of the mind, the agendas, and we just settle into that perfection that is deep within our beingness, our true nature, our highest and best self. And we bring that here right now. That's what we are evoking into this space, the divine perfection of God, spirit, universe. That it is here and we are in it, so therefore we are of it, and that there isn't anything wrong. There are only things to be revealed. That Ernest Holmes says, consciousness reveals experience. And so consciousness, as it expands and grows, and the awareness moves outward from a higher perspective, can see the beauty of every moment, that all your needs are met now, now, now. And we're calling that into this room through the conversation, through the music, through the sound, through the ethers. As we let our nerves settle, as we let our minds let go of anything that happened before this moment, we just say thank you. Thank you, life. Thank you, spirit. Thank you for the revealing of truth always. And so it is. No. You can stay up here. Stay up here with me. You're fine. Good. It's
okay. And this song calls in that present moment. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still and know.
Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is from the Science of Mind magazine, the November issue of last year, Loving the Unlikable. And I'm reading from A Call to Action, Lay It Down by Jennifer Pinnick. There is an extra I in there. Okay, we all have deep passions driving us. We have belief systems carrying us through and affecting our outcomes. When our purest desires make their way to their final destinations, all that matters is that love exists there and that it existed through the process all along. When we operate from a place of wholeness, love begins. Think about your sense of righteousness. Reflect on what you value most in this thing called life. How you are approaching your desires. How are you asking others to see their importance through your lens? Sometimes it is when we gently lay things to rest that the final destination reveals itself as exactly what we prayed for: safety, security, peace, ease, acceptance, and ultimately belongingness. And the resting place is love. Okay, I invite the candle lighters up. The Center for Spiritual Living, Prescott, guided by the science of mind, acknowledges the diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. Lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths humans take in search of meaning and purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. We light a candle for Christianity, based on the teachings of the Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of the heaven and earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which begin with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of the indigenous people everywhere and their close and sacred connections to the earth, sky, and waters. For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess tradition celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nature and nurture. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
Let's say this affirmation together. I am here for God. My purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything I do. The good I seek for myself is what I desire for all people everywhere. And so it is.
All right, hello. I'm Drew Hall, and this is Angela Carissa. And I'm going to do an Eddie Watkins tune 10 years ago. Oh, where'd Jackson go? There he is. Anyway, 10 years ago, Jackson and I and Gigi Gonaway played with Eddie Watkins here. And I don't know if any of y'all were around that long ago, but it was a really fun show. And every once in a while, I'll bring this song back out. It's called What Would Love Do Now? Just before you say something you can't take away. Take a breath and let it out. Try to think about what would love do now. Wondering if you should cross that line for good. Whatever you decide, ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? And everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. Whether right or wrong, it doesn't matter just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? And everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. That's why for love we try for love. In the end, that's all we know, that's real. That's real. Whether right or wrong, it doesn't matter just as long as you let your heart decide. Ask yourself from inside, what would love do now? What would love do now? What would love do now? Thank you.
Happy Sunday once again. So, today we are talking about thinking and thoughts and understandings and revelations. And I came across this little book. Spirit speaks to me in the most unique ways. I was at Target, and I go to Target to get, one thing, and I stroll around the store and come out with $200 more. So I don't know if that relates to you, but I stopped at the book section, and this book really just kept drawing my attention. I put it back. I walked around the store 3 times, and I picked it up. And when I started reading it, I could understand why. One, because the chapters are 3 pages long, and my attention deficit disorder will let me read it. My dyslexia doesn't, kick in, and it's very profound, simplistic teaching. Don't believe everything you think. And I really, early in my days in Science of Mind, the quote, change your thinking, change your life, didn't really make any sense to me. I was like, what is thinking? What are thoughts? What really is going on? How do I create this? And what has been revealed to me, and how I have a greater understanding of, is thoughts are a noun. Thinking is a verb. And pain is inevitable. We are human beings on this planet, and there are going to be things that happen that make us comfortable and uncomfortable, and we can make up all kinds of spiritual stories about that, and we often do. And that's part of our nature. That's part of the mind. And isn't it interesting how 2 people can sit in a coffee shop, both looking out the same window at the beautiful flowers and the roses, smelling the same aromas, and one person can say, oh, life is so good. And the other person would say, life sucks. I hate my boss. I hate my job. I hate everything. And I've always found that fascinating because I've been on both sides of the fence. Because we're human beings, we're on both sides of the fence. And the truth is there's no blame or shame in either side of the fence. It's what's missing is an understanding. That as we're raised and the relationships that we have, we form opinions about the world. I know the way I was raised, and as I spend more time with my parents and their aging, I've come to understand how I became who I am. Some of it's genetics. My son recently, last Sunday when we left here, we got an emergency call, and he was watching our kids, and he had to go to the emergency room, and he had kidney stones, and they were too big to move out. So it created a lot of pain, a lot of worry. And I walked in and I said, "How you doing?" He's like, "Life is good. We got a doctor." And when I had my kidney stone, it was like, I'm dying, and we all meet pain in different ways. And he just traversed it so beautifully. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'm going to take a little credit because I raised him. But actually, he's done a lot of work on his own, that he was so committed to changing his outlook on life and his thinking that he went in deep and, met his pain. And that's what we're all continually doing, meeting our pain, and then we think or we decide something about it. And in this little book, it's so fascinating, easy read. One of the things he says is, let me find it here. One who looks around him is intelligence. One who looks within him is wise. So we start to understand that wisdom is when we start to look at ourselves. It's so easy to go outward and blame when things are uncomfortable. Of course, we're allowed to say things when we're uncomfortable or we want to see something different or we want to do things a different way. But also there's processes for these and respect and boundaries, and all of those things are law and love. In this book, he talks about the root cause of suffering is our thinking. And I don't know about you, but I can relate to that. I can truly relate to that. There's a story in this book that I want to talk about. A long time ago, a young Zen monk lived in a small monastery near a forest and a lake. A few senior monks occupied the monastery, while the rest of the newcomers tootled about. And so this new monk was having a very, very, very challenging time meditating. And every sound, every object, every stone, every child laughing, every bird, it would just make him angrier and angrier and angrier. He could not sit in meditation. He had opinions and thoughts about what meditation should be and how it should be. And so he would often go back to his mentor and report back that he had a difficult time. And his mentor said to him, "Do you know what's really making you angry?" And he said, "Yes, the birds, the children, the sounds, that I want to sit on my cushion and enjoy life and go deep within and discover, my true self." And he said, "It just starts. The minute I sit on my pillow, it starts." So the monk told him to go find a quiet place, and his senior monk, and told him to go find a quiet place and try again. So the monk tried this place and that place, and still yet those sounds, the senseless stimulations just drove him crazy, and he could not get into the practice of meditation. So one day he was walking and he was discussing this with his fellow monk, and he said, "Hey, go down to the lake. The water is calm. There's a boat. You can row out to the middle. You can sit and nothing can bother you." So he's like, "That sounds lovely." And so he goes out, he gets in the boat, he gets to the lake, he meditates, and it's just so beautiful. The stillness of the water and the rocking of the boat, and no sounds, no interruptions. So he goes back to the monk master, and the monk master said, "Fine, go do it again." So he goes back out, he's meditating, and he decides to open his eyes to peek. And here comes this boat, and the boat's coming towards his boat, and he stands up and he's screaming, "Hey, you in the boat, please go the other way. You're gonna hit me, I'm meditating." And the boat doesn't change direction. He's like, "Can't you hear me? I said, turn your boat around." The boat keeps coming, and inevitably it hits his boat, and he's so shook up, and he's angry, and he looks in the boat, and no one's there. So he realizes in that very moment, that gift from the universe, that it isn't the outward things that are upsetting him. That anger is found within. After all, there was no one in the boat for him to be angry at. So he goes back and reports to his senior monk, and the senior monk says to him, well, what did you learn? And he said that my thinking about the things that are out there has disturbed the peace that I already am. Now, I'm shortening the story and adding a little Tracy flair to it, but the reality is this is how we move through life. Things happen. We may like them or not like them. We immediately label them. And there are terrible things happening in our world right now. And he talks about in the book that we have to take the conscious high ground, that we have to see the world, our surroundings, our families, our communities, the way we want them to be, that we have to commit our consciousness to the change that we want to see instead of playing in the world. And Ernest Holmes says this as well. My favorite Ernest Holmes story is when he was walking with his friend, and they would walk by this yard, and there were lots of weeds and overgrown amongst the beautiful houses and roses, and his friend would inevitably be disturbed and say they need to clean up their yard, they need to hire a gardener, and it just, in this beautiful surrounding, this one eyesore. And I don't know about you, but when I'm walking around my neighborhood and we have a HOA, sometimes I go, well, the HOA didn't give them a ticket, so I have work to do as well. We all do. That's the nature of traversing our path and seeking, is to come to a higher understanding that the calm and the peace that we're looking for, we already are. And the disturbance is what we're looking to be revealed to us so that we can excavate it and shine pure as the bright bliss and awareness. So Ernest Holmes in the story, as his friend is complaining and going on and yoo-hawing about all the things that he thinks is wrong with his sight of this yard, Ernest Holmes treats as they walk, treats as they walk, treats as they walk. And eventually, they notice the yard's a little bit cleaner. Someone's come and mowed the yard. Someone's come and pulled the weeds. Someone's come to help the person in the house that they felt was an eyesore. And then finally one day they walk by, and this house is beautiful as the rest. And he turns to Ernest, and Ernest says, all work is done in consciousness will be yielded to you in the world. So when there's work to do, we have to look out. And I know it's harder and harder to do that in our world. These United States are so different than the way I was raised, maybe the way you were raised. And I don't do politics on Sunday, I really don't. I don't watch TV. I scroll Instagram, I get all my news from there. So then I have to go investigate it, make sure it's real, and it's just a hole of doom. I have not seen very merry things come from Instagram these days. And in the plight of some of the things that you may have heard about, in the loss and sense of, I don't know what to do. And it's not only in the world, it's in your community, it's in your home, it's in your relationship, it's in your job. Maybe you don't like your boss. Maybe someone in your family is annoying you. It's not easy. Being a human being is not easy. Taking action is not easy. I read from a beautiful minister at United down in the valley that somebody was chastising her for spiritual bypass for her taking the high conscious road. And she said, you know what? You're right, I am. I am taking the high conscious road. Because in the 60s, I was at Kent, I was in university, and I did the stand-in when the students were shot, and I stood in my power, and I did my time then. But now I'm spiritually mature, and I do my work in consciousness. And this is what I'm inviting us into today, is that to question ourselves when we meet in adversity, have we done our work in consciousness? Have we been dedicated to our disciplines? Do we apply right thinking, right action, and right motive and motivation and motion to the things that we feel that we must stand for? Have we felt in to that little small voice for the actions that we take every day? I personally don't know what to do about what's going on in the world today, so I, like my beautiful friend, take the conscious high road. When I see something, I go within and I picture the world that I want. I slow down and I check into the nauseum and the feeling I get in my stomach, and I know that I'm making up a story, and that reality isn't really always what we see. Especially today with AI, you never really know what you're looking at. But consciousness creates, and we are the great creators. It was bestowed upon us to create the world that works for everybody, but how can we justify that if we don't create the world that works for us first? How can we cast the first stone if our backyard isn't clean? How could we do that? I don't know. I ask myself that question every day when I'm judgy. Because I'm judgy. I'm a person. You're judgy. You're a person. But you know what? The beauty is that we can say, oh, you know what? I got it wrong. I forgive myself. I forgive others. I go back. I pick up my book. I read it. I evaluate my thinking. I take responsibility for the movement I have in the world. And I do the best that I can. Being a parent isn't easy, especially at 60, you know. I talk about my kids often enough. Some of you appreciate it. Some of you don't. But it is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, is learning to reparent in a way that doesn't cause more damage, so that they don't have a world like the one that we have. So that when they're in community, they meet it in a loving way. So that when they're in school, they're kind to their teachers, but have boundaries and know their self-worth. Maybe we didn't get those gifts because of the way our parents taught, but you know what? They were taught that same way too. So then we see how forgiveness answers the picture. That if we truly believe that everybody's doing the best that they can, and that they check in, and that they truly want to create the world, they would see that no one person is responsible for, one of everything. That we can only manage ourselves. And that's the beautiful gift of law. Law is impartial. It doesn't like me more than it likes you. Excuse me, I'm hitting my earring here. It doesn't. It says you are as beautiful as me. You deserve as much as I do. There is no way in this world that I can have good that you cannot have. There's no way that the good isn't profound enough for you and it's not for me. Sure, somebody might get a job that you applied for. That's skill. So we have to apply right thinking. We have to apply when skills are the odds or the issue. So you can't really look at a problem that's facing you without having dissected it and asking the real question, how did we get here? What can we do? What do we need to formulate? What conversations do we need to go into? Again, family, community, church, center, job, bosses. And what happens is a beautiful thing starts to develop when we get clarity and understanding. Then when we see that things are going on, we're not reactive. We're not coming from our thinking, because our thinking is never really what's going on. There's a reality, a beauty, that everything is purposeful and balanced. And when we have crooked thinking, crooked thoughts, we go in and we ask to make the crooked places straight, so that I may see with thy eyes and not with these, that I may hear with your ears and not with these, that I may open my heart so wide and be so vulnerable. I had the most beautiful conversation today about vulnerability. And being vulnerable is hard if you don't trust. But many people call for vulnerability. And then what do we do with the information when it's out there? Trust, love, vulnerability are all part of greater understanding. Ernest Holmes' teachings are so beautiful. They are principle bound. And this is consciousness. And consciousness creates. And if we don't like what's created, we can't blame any one person. We don't even need to blame ourselves. We just need to go, crooked thinking. Okay, back to the drawing board. What do I really want to see? What do I really want to see? What do I really want to see? And we have to spend time there. We have to spend dedicated, conscious commitment time to our own betterment and our own good. You know, I used to think enlightenment would be, the dawn of Aquarius, because I am an Aquarius, so I just thought, it was enough work, being a nice enough person, being a kind person, letting people violate boundaries. I think everybody, if you really check in, can say that we all have these questions about ourselves because we have families. We have jobs, we have people, we bump in, we run in. But I have come to understand through now a committed practice every morning in prayer for every single person that my mind would say for is against. It doesn't matter to me. We're all doing what we think that we need to do, and the key word there is thinking. But what if we laid down the sword? What if we took a deep breath? What if we asked the question, what greater is trying to be birthed here? What if that meant you had to leave your job and that you knew something greater would be there for you? What if that meant maybe giving your boss, who may be or may not be a skilled employee, maybe giving them a break and asking them, hey, what's going on with you? Maybe, just maybe, if we went within and looked and got in tune with our highest and best self, dropped the pretense, stood in our authentic self, and aligned with the reality that we are, came into right thinking, right embodiment, right action, right movement, through the course of still practices, to see when we're being reactive, and that we could pause and ask, what's trying to be birthed here? Something beautiful would come, because consciousness, if you truly understand our teaching and believe it, consciousness births experience. And the experience we have is the consciousness, collective. We're all tapping into that collective consciousness, so thoughts by this nature come and go. Thinking, a drop thoughts in, we attach to it, it makes our stomach go, or yippee, doesn't really matter, right? And then the thinking starts. And then we start making up ideas and thoughts about things. And sometimes it's in favor and sometimes it's not. But the reality is, if we don't, as a collective group, stop and take that pause and go into right thinking, meaning greater understanding, and bring in principles that align this teaching, then if we actually do that, and I do believe you are, and we're doing the best that we can. There are mornings where I do it, and there's mornings where I don't. And I notice the difference in my day when I've connected with myself and the days that I don't. The days that I don't, I want to scroll and sit at the TV and spend all day on the phone. And the days that I'm connected, I feel energetic. I want to clean. I want to talk to people about goodness and love. I smile at people, and something inevitably wonderful comes my way. And I want to close with this lesson about this. We were at my mom's house, and Bill, was doing what Bill always does. He was fixing something and cleaning their bathroom and changing my dad's bed. And Luke, who is 4, I'm like, where's Luke? He's out in the backyard pulling my mom and dad's weeds at 4. And he'd fall backwards, and he'd pull another one, and he'd pull another one, and he had this massive pile of weeds when I went out there. And he's like, look, Mommy, look what I did for Gigi Ma. No one told him that. I cried. I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even have to make you do that. Efforts and consciousness pay off. I bring into consciousness every morning the way I would love for my children to grow and understand and know. And so he walked in so proud, carrying his pile of some of his weeds to my dad. And my dad's like, way to go, grasshopper, because that's what he called us. And he gave him $20, and Luke goes, a penny. And I go, try 2,000 pennies. He goes, a penny. Can I go to the store now? I need some candies. And I said to him, with no expectations, great is given. We just take these bound principles into our lives every day and use the story of the youth and the good things that are happening. There are beautiful things that are happening amongst the sorrow and suffering. Take some time to look within. Bring your consciousness up. Shine it out. Envision what you want. Your desires are God's desires. You are the child of God. You are in the consciousness of the great being that wishes to birth into existence everything that you wish for. You do not need to do anything, but the mind will tell you you do. And so it is. I'm going to close this in prayer. I just know right here, right now, the beauty of the beloved, the divine essence, that which is true, the reality, shines bright evermore, so bright that any discordant thought can be seen in front of it, that any idea of lack or limitation or not enoughness or not rightness or any imbalance in our human system is countered with the beloved. The mere fact that you were born is the evidence of a job well done, that you have the beauty and the essence and the love and the light, and that as we work through our humanness and our problems and our pain, that journey brings us back to ourselves. As we go inward and we go upward and we expand and we see the bigger picture, we speak with love, we share love, we understand love at its highest meaning. And it evacuates anything unlike itself. It unties the knots and lets energy flow freely. We begin to be in alignment with it to where we understand that there is a knowing within us that is always knowing. It is the awareness that is observing everything. And if we take the pause, we can sense it. And then we fall into it and we see that it is directing everything and that we are directed by its command at the most holiest and high. I call this into play here for anybody here that is struggling, for anything that needs to be done or moved or shifted, for any illness or health, relatives, family, the world, the families of the recently slain individuals, that they find the peace that they already are. That these things will play out and something yet is waiting to be birthed. And I place my consciousness there in that greater yet to be. And I live with the light that I wish to see in the world. I call that into play for yourself and for me and for everybody that is here and not here, those who walk by our door. I stand in celebration of the beauty of that which you are. And I call it good, and I call it now, and so it is. Oh, our slide of transparency, watching our abundance grow. Last week we had 44 attendees. We had such a great time doing our roundtable. We're going to do more of that with questions. We have lots and lots of questions. Please submit your own. We have a goal of $2,400 a week just to keep the bills, lights on, doors, all of those good things that it takes to be in community. We took in $1,380, so again, we're going up. We can see that commitment to praying that our good is already here is starting to show up. We're so excited about that. So thank you so much for your gifts of time, talent, love, and treasure. We greatly appreciate it, and we know that all is well and that we are taken care of and all of our needs are met. And so it is. Thank you. I was in my own little world there. Thank you so much, Mr. Jim, thank you. Say this with me, please. I was thinking. See what happens when you're thinking? You get totally taken out of the reality of the moment. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life.
All right, so this is going to be an original song that we wrote together, a song called Scars. And it's about really being there for someone else when they're going through it and you rely on them, they rely on you. And that's a beautiful thing. Features an alternate tuning, so it took me a second. You will never be the same. You'll survive this too. You will have the same name, but the pain in your heart will redefine you. Some scars, more than just a memory of how they got there in the first place. Some scars are battle wounds that seal the secrets behind your face, behind your face. Don't be afraid to let me love your scars. Now you're not alone in the dark. Don't be afraid to let me see your heart through weighs you down. Shadows are part of who we are. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let me love your scars. No one else can understand the darkness you've been through, the suffering you feel inside, and the silent marks you hide. Some scars are more than just the memories of how they got there in the first place. Some scars are battle wounds that seal the secrets behind your face, behind your face. Don't be afraid to let me love your scars. Now you're not alone in the dark. Don't be afraid to let me see your heart through weighs you down. Shadows are part of who we are. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Let me love you.
Don't be afraid. Ooh. Don't be afraid. Ooh.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You'll survive this too.
Don't be afraid.
You will have the same name, but the pain in your heart will redefine
Don't
you.
be afraid.
You will never be the same. You'll survive this
Love
too.
your scars. Don't be afraid.
You will have the same name, but the
Let
pain
me
in your heart
love
will
your
redefine you. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let me love your scars. Thank you so much.
Wow, she told me that was a beautiful song, and it is. Thank you. Don't be afraid to love your scars. Oh, if we could do that so easily. And it's a journey. It's a journey to love your scars, but it's a beautiful one, and that's what we are here to help people do, and that's what I love about what I do. So we are now going to bless the offering. Nina, I wanted to thank you, too, for being so courageous to do the reading today and all of the wonderful things that you do to help Sunday. You did a really wonderful job. You're welcome. Yay. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage, and you did really well. Say I did really well.
I did really well.
Good. Okay. It's not enough just for me to say, you got to know it. All right, just the blessing of the offering, that I just know that there is only good in the universe. From that which is the highest, that we give, we receive, we accept, and that those three are circulation. That is the principle that we are bound by. That is how we support and love this community. It's how we support and love ourselves. And that I know, without a shadow of a doubt, trusting the universe now beyond abandon, that all of our needs are met, and that these gifts are multiplied and floweth over, and that they go to the very ground of being in which we stand on, principle, to share those teachings this year and to just ignite on fire the things that we stand for and love. So thank you so much for the givingness. I know that Spirit knows the heart of the giver and the receiver and is always supporting that. That is the law of circulation. I recognize it, I know it, I release it, and I say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Say it with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is. Okay, Jackson.
Yes.
But before Jackson, because I can read, we have visitors, and I know we have some new people. So this is our time to just celebrate you. If Spirit has found you to our front doors, and you're here to celebrate with us, we want to say thank you, and just really acknowledge you if you wish to stand. If you are new to CSL Prescott, and Spirit has brought you to our doors, would you please stand and share with us your name and anything you'd like, really? Hi, yes. Well, welcome back, Ginger. Thank you for coming to see us. We really appreciate it. It's good to see your beautiful face, smiling. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like for us to know about you?
I just had the biggest aha moment. Sometimes the right thought will align your entire life.
Yes, understanding.
And then I figured out my right thought, which was I am sacred.
Oh,
Working on that for this time.
yay. I love when something breaks loose. Yes, my love. Share with us. Thank you. And you said agape, so I thought you were talking about Michael's agape, but is it different agape? Nope. Oh, okay. Okay. It captured your heart. Well, welcome. Thank you. We're so happy you're here. Anybody else would like to share with us that's new today? Or maybe you just felt new when you woke up this morning and an understanding came and now you're a totally new person. No? All right. Well, if you're new, we do have a used book section, and you can go in and peruse the books, take what you like, take 1, take 2, take 3, and just see what stands out to you. That's our gift to you. If you would desire prayer afterwards, I will be available. Sharon, are you doing prayer today? No? Okay. So we want to pray for if you need prayer. I'll hang out afterwards and be happy to pray with you. So thank you again for coming. We really appreciate it. And I will let rewind. I will let Jackson take us out today. Thank you.
Yes. Hey, Bob, you want to walk again? This is the part of the service that we're closing out here. We're going to do grab a hand if you feel comfortable doing so. Just a symbol of our community here. We're going to say the benediction. And last week, a little bird told me that they wanted to hear 3 little birds today. So we're going to sing out with the Bob Marley song, which is full circle because this song also reiterates the idea that all is well and unfolding as it should. So let's do the benediction, shall we? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life.
Let me turn this down.
Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, saying now, this is my message to you. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is alright. I smiled up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melody pure and true. Well, this is my message to you. I don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little Sunday, everybody.